Plug in a Hyundai EV and the extraordinary happens. From the charge time and range in the Ioniq 5 and 6 to the adventurous spirit of the Kona Electric to the 601 horsepower Ioniq 5N. Hyundai EVs make the extraordinary electrifying. There's joy in every journey.
EPA estimated 303-mile driving range for 2024 Ioniq 5 SE SEL Limited rear-wheel drive and 361-mile driving range for 2024 Ioniq 6 SE long-range rear-wheel drive with fully charged battery. Actual range may vary. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
Hey, it's Kim Commando Today, your daily podcast to keep you up to date with all things digital and beyond. And I'd love to have you be a part of our podcast. You can make an appointment to speak with me. Just head over to commando.com, and on the top right, there's a button that says Email Kim. Fill that out, and that's it. Do you have a support animal?
Well, yes, my dog, Nova.
Okay, so when you're like tense and stressed, do you find yourself like wanting to like pet Nova?
Absolutely.
Take her on a walk?
Yeah.
You know, I feel that way about Abby.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, because you can just like, I don't know, something about a dog.
Oh, they bring so much comfort.
They do.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there's this guy in Pennsylvania by the name of Joey Henney. Joey Henney has a support animal too. Okay.
I have a feeling it's not a dog.
It's not a dog. It's an alligator. Okay, it's an alligator. He has a support alligator. Okay, so the guy is from Pennsylvania. He goes on vacation. Okay, I don't take my dog with me on vacation, but okay, he goes on vacation with his support alligator to Georgia. Okay.
Do they drive? How does he transport the gator?
Drive.
Okay.
Drive.
You probably can't take an alligator on a plane.
Okay, and the only reason why it's in the news is because Joey lost the support alligator.
How?
I don't know. Okay, and apparently it's a female alligator, and so he's out like saying, you know, please help me find my support alligator. The alligator has a pink leash on it.
Oh my gosh, that's cute.
And the alligator's name is Wally. So it's like, where's Wally?
I love this.
He takes her to restaurants, takes her on walks. Okay. I mean, you know,
Imagine seeing Wally and this guy walking down the street. I would love to see this.
okay, alligators live up to 100 years.
Wally's going to outlive him.
Yes, that's right. So that's why there's a chance that, you know, we'll be seeing him later. Get it? I know. That was a long way to go. Okay. It's a long way to go. And on that happy note, welcome. It's Kim Commando Today. It's your fun podcast about all things digital. I'm, of course, Kim Commando. And joining me today is Allie Seligman. Hello there, Al.
Hi, Kim.
Because Andrew said he's sick. I'm sick.
It's, did you know it's National Call Out Sick Day?
I did not know that.
Listen, I'm not accusing Andrew of anything. I'm just saying, funny coincidence.
Yeah. All of a sudden he just calls out sick.
Weird.
All right, we have an amazing interview. This woman, I love success stories.
Yeah.
Okay. This woman started a business 20 years ago, and now she's doing like $25 million a year on eBay.
Whoa.
Well, I know.
Okay.
It's like, who knew?
Yeah.
Right? Okay, so she's going to be joining us. Her name's
So she's
Linda.
going to teach us all her secrets.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine if we could start, well, you know, we could sell that dress you're wearing.
But only once.
That's the
If we
problem.
sell it, it's gone.
Okay, my shoes.
Sure. Yeah.
These pants.
We could probably get top dollar for your shoes.
Oh, I know. You know, but it's always like those crazy guys that send notes. And it's like, you know, Kim, I really want your shoes, red pumps, size 11.
I love that they assume you will have their size.
Yes, exactly. It's like, no, well, you know, there's that whole thing going on that, you know, I'm trans, you know.
Sure. Maybe you have size. She does not have size 11s.
No, I don't. No, not at all. So what are you talking about?
AI. We just decided I'm the AI queen. Content queen, AI queen. Yeah, I've got some good uses for you. If you're like, AI, is it useful for me? Yes, it is. And I have some easy entries into it for you.
And we are giving away an iPhone 15, $799 value. So you should enter to win right now, this very moment. Go to winfromkim.com. Once again, that's winfromkim.com. Not anything else, just winfromkim.com. Winfromkim.com. All right, so let's get this party started with 5 things you need to know that's happening in the tech world right now. And we're going to start with what tech company has remained relatively quiet about artificial intelligence?
Oh.
When you think about it, I mean, you know, we have all these companies saying like AI.
Yeah.
Okay. And all these startups with AI. Okay. But there's one company that has been relatively quiet about AI.
Who is it?
Think about it. Apple.
Oh.
I mean,
No kidding.
Yeah, they really haven't been talking about AI.
No.
I mean, Google's all in, Microsoft's all in, Amazon's all in,
Yeah.
but Apple's kind of sitting there on the sidelines. They do this.
I have a theory, and I don't know if this is right, but I don't think they like to jump on the bandwagon until they know they have a winner.
Exactly. I mean, they just kind of sit on the sidelines. They see what everybody else does. And then all of a sudden they come out and everybody's like going like, whoa, didn't see that happening.
I mean, except the VR headset, because that didn't go great. But
And a lot of the stuff that they steal from Samsung.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And just those
5 years later.
Yeah, exactly. So here's the deal. So we have next week brand new iPads coming out.
Okay.
And they're going to be AI equipped, they say.
What does that mean?
We don't really know yet.
Okay.
We don't really know
We'll
yet.
find out next week.
And then because in June we have the Worldwide Developers Conference for Apple.
That's going to be the big one, huh?
Okay. And so that's when they're going to really roll out all the AI red carpet.
Yeah.
And so it's going to be regenerative AI, which means it's going to learn more about you and start, maybe taking care of things even before you need to have them taken care of. So like if I'm always walking to the studio, my phone always goes on Do Not Disturb, it'll automatically go on Do Not Disturb.
See, isn't this what we want AI to do on our phones? Like, we want it to make our life more useful, not another
Irritating
thing to play with.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't want to irritate it.
Yeah.
So the bottom line here is that you do not want to buy an iPhone right now. Okay. But you can win one. Okay. But you don't want to actually go buy one. Because really what's going to be happening in June with the announcement of the new iPhone, I really predict that it's going to be such a big monumental move for Apple as if it were like a brand new iPhone that hit in 2007.
Cool.
All right. Moving on to AI chatbots. Girlfriends. Big.
Oh my gosh.
Why?
Loneliness.
Of course.
Lack of social skills.
Okay. Meta says that they have that they are like taking down AI girlfriend ads left and right. All the fake ones. Like they have I think they've taken down 29,000 so far. And they're like, okay, we're trying to keep up, but we can't.
Well, and the thing about these is they're pretty gross in some cases. Like, they're pretty explicit. Like, this is a fake babe trying to get your attention. So you can imagine the things that these ads might say or show or do.
Yes. And so you really don't want to go online and get an AI girlfriend from a fake ad.
No.
You don't know what you're going to get on your phone.
I can see a correlation here.
No pun intended. Yeah. Moving on. We're just going to pretend that
Browse safely, people.
did not really happen. Hey, listen, if you're going to be buying an EV, you get that $7,500 tax credit. Well, now it's like, no, we're not going to make you wait for the tax credit anymore. You can just get it taken right off the bottom line. Why? Because nobody's buying EVs.
Well, sure.
Okay. So there's just that little problem. And we have a great story coming in our newsletter tomorrow about how some car makers, these batteries only last a certain amount of time. And so if you need to replace the battery, like in your Nissan Leaf, it's like $25,000.
Right. It's more than buying a new one. It's insane.
So you don't want to miss. And speaking of our newsletters, if you are watching or listening to the podcast and you work for Yahoo or America Online, we would really like to hear from you because your company just sucks. Okay. You are blocking about, so we're just going to say 125,000.
Yep.
People who want to get our newsletter.
Yeah.
Okay, just blocking.
All of our inboxes are blowing up with people saying,
no, oh my gosh.
Why am I not getting your newsletter?
Yes.
Also, shout out to our lovely readers who after 1 and 2 days realize, wait, my newsletter's not here. I love that.
You know what? And I mean, think about how often that happens. Like, oh, I didn't get my Morning Brew newsletter. Oh, all right. Well, whatever. No.
I have literally never reached out to a newsletter like that because I miss it so much. So
and I have people leaving me voicemails.
Oh my
saying,
gosh.
Oh, Kim, where's my newsletter?
Yeah, but really this is a big deal. And
it's a big problem.
If you have a Yahoo or an AOL account and you're not getting our emails, it's not just you. This is a problem.
Okay, Yahoo has just unilaterally decided that we are spamming. They had just called us a spammer unilaterally, even though everybody has to opt in to get our email. Okay, so I am so annoyed.
Yeah.
So thoroughly pissed off. Yeah. I mean, and look at the power that they have. I mean, this is big tech deciding you don't get my newsletter.
Yeah.
That's it. We're not going to let it through. Okay. So anyway, if you want to get our newsletter, you have to go to Gmail. That's it. Just get a Gmail address.
It does deliver to
You know
Gmail.
what? It's time for you to get off of AOL anyway. If you have an AOL email address, you know what that tells the whole world? You are an old person, okay? And you don't have any tech skills. Okay.
She's right. And that's not true because you get our email address or you get
Yes.
our email.
And
We
I'm
know.
sorry. I mean, Joe is a great friend of mine. And I keep telling her, Joe, you have to get off of AOL. She's like, oh, I know, but everybody has my address. Okay, I know that. Okay, it's time for you to move on.
You know what we should
Move
do
on.
soon in the newsletter, and we should put this on the website, a guide if you want to switch from your old email account. Everyone has your contact info. It's pretty easy these days to switch
Of
and
course.
give people your new stuff.
But we can't put it in the newsletter because the people at Yahoo and AOL don't get it. Okay, because, you know, they have just unilaterally again decided
Yeah. We're
that
going to
we're
need some help
spammer.
here.
And we comply to every protocol.
We do.
I mean, up to and including, which is just irritating to me. Okay, we have one-click unsubscribe in our emails.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't like that because I think it makes it too easy for people to unsubscribe. So today, I unsubscribed to that tech newsletter. It's like, I'm like, this is a piece of
This
junk.
stinks.
Yes. So I'm hitting like unsubscribe, and it's like, are you sure you want to unsubscribe? I'm like, yes. Are you sure? I'm like, yeah. And then I'm thinking like, how come I have to have a one-click on? Anyway. So if you are on Yahoo and AOL, just go get a Gmail address. Really, just enough of them. Enough of them. This is a disturbing stat, and I have to look down because it's a lot of numbers. 30% of children between the ages of 5 and 7 are using TikTok.
30?
30%. Okay, parents, you need to parent.
Stop.
Okay, you need to get your 5-year-old off of TikTok.
That's insane.
Okay, your 5-year-old should not be on TikTok.
No, this makes me think about all these little kids. You've seen these beauty videos with the
Of
little.
course. I don't know. That's not, that's dysfunctional.
I agree with you.
Yeah, it is.
But they see these videos because they're watching this stuff, right?
Right.
Oof.
Okay, but having your 5-year-old or 7-year-old doing makeup videos, I mean, I showed one here on Kim Commando today, and because I was just disgusted by it, that the mom's sitting there going, oh, how pretty you are. And she's like, okay, blend, 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 contour, contour, contour. I'm like, okay, this kid needs to be outside. Okay? She needs to go run around
Wash
on her
your face,
bike.
go play.
Yes, we don't need this.
Yeah.
And finally, this coming to Google phone users, which is you.
That's me.
Yes, listen to this.
My Pixel.
When you're having a phone call, you are now able to have sound effects. Okay.
Great.
So you can, it's in the overflow menu. You can have clapping. So when you're talking, so like if you're talking to me, and I say something as so brilliant as I do all the time,
Sure.
you could just throw the clapping sound effect.
Does this require me? So presumably I'm on speakerphone, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Laughing, a party sound, crying, drum, or you could do a fart sound.
That's the only one that seems reasonable. Imagine if instead of laughing, I just hit the laugh sound effect. That's so rude.
Or the fart sound.
Yeah, I'm probably going to do the fart sound to you because you told me
What is the
about
deal with farts and tech products? I mean, like a Tesla farts. I mean, what is that?
Because men work at tech companies too. And every man thinks fart jokes are funny.
Yeah. They're all
Although as a
Twitter.
woman, I think fart jokes are funny too.
You know what? I think they are too.
We all fart. It's fine.
I remember when I used to be able to get out of bed, wake up in the morning without having any sound effects. Oh, God. Oh, yeah, here I am. All right, let me tell you. Coming up, really, in just a few seconds, Linda Lightman. Oh, you know what? I watched a video about her, and I read all about her. I just love success stories.
Yeah.
Hey guys, LeVar Arrington here to tell you the National Sales Event is on at your Toyota dealer, making now the perfect time to get a great deal on a dependable new truck like a rugged half-ton Tundra, combining raw capability with premium comfort and advanced tech to fuel your wildest adventures. Or check out the fully redesigned Tacoma, delivering trail-dominating power and captivating style. The new Tacoma was born to make your off-roading dreams come true. Check out more National Sales Events deals when you visit
Hey, it's Kim Commando today. Now, if you are listening to the podcast, most people are listening to the audio version of the podcast. You're just missing out. I mean, because especially like today's podcast, let me tell you. Okay, Allie looks stunning. Looks
Thank you,
just
Kim.
so beautiful. And like, you know what? I'm having a good hair day today.
Kim's having a great hair day. Also, before the show, I told you this. Your eyes look extra blue today.
Yes, and see, and
It's a good day to tune in.
it really is.
Yeah.
And, we don't have Andrew here.
It's a good day to tune in.
Exactly. So if you are listening to the audio version, you're like, hey, I wonder what, Allie looks like. I wonder what Kim's hair looks like today. Or if you just want to see, really get the full experience, is that you want to go to youtube.com/Kim Commando. And just a reminder that this is not the Kim Commando show. Okay, this is the Kim Commando Today podcast. The show is available as commercial-free podcast on Apple as well as Spotify. You can also enjoy it as part of your Commando community membership. And the Kim Commando show is on over 425 radio stations near you.
It's kind of a big deal.
It's kind of a big deal. You can hear us anywhere from WABC in New York.
Love it.
Okay, WLS in Chicago,
Good one.
KABC. Just all across the country. And also we're on the American Forces Radio Network. And I always think that's so cool because, like 200 ships at sea get the Kim Commando show.
That's awesome.
Isn't that amazing?
Ahoy.
All right. And, I started from nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I started this show because basically, nobody else would have me. ABC turned me down.
Well, tech was a fad.
It was, no, that was the guy at CBS. Oh, no. He said tech was going to be like, the internet was just a fad.
Sure.
And it was kind of like the pet rock. It just kind of go away.
Uh-huh.
Wonder where he is now. Anyway. So I started from nothing. Okay. I mean, basically, there were times, I'll tell you, that, it wasn't pretty. I mean, we ran this thing for about 3 years in the red. And before it actually was like,
okay, how are we going to pay the bills kind of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And our first studio was truly a closet. It really was. It was a closet.
Yeah.
And I think the rent was like $50 a month. And now we're, in a 27,000 square foot building. And
Yeah.
knock on wood, it's been successful, continue to be successful. And thanks to all the support of good team members and listeners and advertisers. And that's why when I was reading about Linda Lightman, that I thought, I bet you we'd be BFFs.
Oh, I love this.
I think we really would be, because Linda is a self-starter. I mean, I think the first thing she sold on eBay was a video game of her son's. And then she just kind of like just kept going and kept pushing and kept pushing. And you see us. We do this every day. We keep pushing to the next level. And that's why I thought, everybody should know about Linda Lightman's story. Okay. Her eBay store, Linda Stuff, listen to this. I just love her. Sold over 4.2 million items. Okay. She runs her eBay store from a 100,000 square foot warehouse.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. As I mentioned, she started this with her son's video game in 2001 in her house.
Linda.
Okay. And she also says she can find something worth $3,000 in anyone's house.
Oh.
And so joining us right now is Linda herself from Linda's Stuff. Linda, I love you.
Kim, I am sitting here like I was about to say to you, number one, we should be best friends because you're Kim Commando and I'm Linda Lightman. Like the alliteration is just like, that's it.
This is beautiful.
You know what? It would be. It would be. Absolutely. So
I'm sitting here listening to you and I'm thinking, you're talking about AOL. Man, my kids made me get rid of that AOL address years ago.
Oh, good.
And I agree with you. If you have an AOL address, you're just saying, I'm old.
yes, you do. You need to get rid of the AOL address. Okay?
Kim, I love Linda already.
Conversation. And not only do I make sound effects when I get up, I make sound effects when I sit down. I just want to say, sometimes at work I sit down and I go, oh.
I do. You know what? I do that too. I just sit down. It's like, oh, God. Or something, or somebody when somebody does something stupid.
There it is.
And you're just sitting there and you're thinking, like, what were you thinking? It's just a nightmare. So, so bring us back. We're going to go back to 2001. And you wanted to sell your son's video game, and you figured, you know what, eBay's good, right?
Yeah. So for me, my life started as a lawyer. I was an attorney. I hated it. Fashion was my passion. I worked at a large law firm as a labor and employment lawyer. And I remember back in the day in 2001 when we as women were wearing suits to work. And I put my blazer on my chair and I wrote in the library doing research. But I was shopping a sale down the street because that was what mattered to me. And so after I had my children, and my law firm at that point would not let me go back as a part-time attorney. That wasn't a thing then,
right.
Which thank God now it is for women. And remote work is a thing for women, but it wasn't then. So I had to explore what I should do. And I kind of feel like the accidental entrepreneur. My kids wanted to sell their video games. As a mom, I was like, no, I'm not buying. There's no more. The bank is closed. No money for these video games. And we sold their games. And when the supply of games that they were willing to sell ended, I decided to start selling my own clothing, shoes, and accessories that I never wear. And a fun fact, people wear 20% of their clothing 80% of the time.
Is that right?
Is that crazy?
That checks out.
Yeah, I think that's...
I wear the same stuff.
Do you?
Yeah.
I'm just, with these pants, I haven't... these pants, I haven't worn these pants for about 3 years.
Well, here's the thing, though. You're on camera all the time. And so you need different outfits, right? Most of us, if you're just sitting at your desk or at your house, you're going to wear your same stuff you love.
Yeah, that's true. You're right about that. Yes.
Yeah. So I started selling my own clothing, shoes, and accessories, and word of mouth is a powerful tool. Friends started to tell friends, and a business was born. I remember one Mother's Day, my kids got me like a little Tupperware filing cabinet. And my husband, also a lawyer, said to me, you have a great business. I'm going to quit my job. And let's go with this. And so, you talk about yourself like scary. You start from nothing. You build it with sweat equity. And he quit his job. And I'll be honest, I was scared. I was embarrassed. Like, my husband is quitting his job so that we could build this business together. That's like a hobby for me.
You know what? That's a good man, though. That's
totally
a good man. Because, a lot of guys would be like, because now he's got to go to with the guy factor. So what are you doing now? Well, I quit being a lawyer so I can work with my wife.
Yeah.
I mean, he had to put all that aside. But he believed in you, and he probably saw what was going on, right?
And we never looked back. I mean, we had 2 children, we had a mortgage. And so I'm saying, my message to people is, go for it. If not then, if not now, when? Right? Do it.
For sure.
Like, think about it. If you didn't do what you did, where would you be? What would you be doing?
So, all right. So you went from the video game, started selling your clothes. And then how long was it between the fact that you did the video game and then when you guys were sitting there saying, we have to really hold on for the ride?
Yeah. So everything was in my house, everything. And I started to hire people. And so, Kim, I wasn't trained as a photographer or even understanding the internet. This was back in 2001. When I was a lawyer, there were word processing departments. It was, I don't want to date myself, but tell me how old you are without telling me how old you are.
For sure.
And there were word processing departments. So I taught myself how to take pictures. And to me, pictures had to be taken outside for natural light. And I hired photographers that worked at local art colleges. And they came and I was like, oh, you only have to do it outside. I live in Philadelphia. It gets cold. It gets rainy. People were taking pictures outside and the pictures were good. And I was engaging the eBay community all over the world. eBay is an incredible marketplace. I have so much to tell you. I don't even know where to begin. And so we started selling for other people, friends of mine from law school. I grew up in New York, even though I live in Philadelphia. Friends were telling friends what I was doing. And people were intrigued. And there was no real, there was no thread up. I was building this. I was kind of like the thought leader
in
this
100%.
any of this.
You know what? When I was looking at some videos about you talking about your, how you got successful and the stories and, and showing the warehouse and things, I thought, you know what? You were the pioneer in this reselling clothing and Poshmarks and the Real and anything else that's, coming along. It's an interesting throwback, if you will, that while you were doing this, the people at the Real were, in diapers,
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, and so where are you at today? So you have 100,000 square foot warehouse. That's huge. How many employees do you have?
So I want to back up a step. Like for us, we moved it out of our house, and I remember feeling really scared. I had children. I was nervous. Like, hey, we're taking this business and we're going to get space. We took 5,000 square feet. We outgrew it in 2 years. We moved to 12,000 2 years later. Outgrew it.
Love that.
Moved to 25,000. Outgrew it. Moved to 58. Outgrew it. Expanded it to what we are now. It's 93,000, but we'll up it to
It's 100.
Okay. And so how are you sourcing everything that you're selling right now?
So we source, it's just word of mouth. People all over the country are sending us their stuff. And it's not just, as the business has grown, it's not just individuals like the three of us, Allie, Kim, me, and people all over. It's businesses, it's brands, send us their stuff. It's big retailers, or it's a small retailer. It could be rental companies. It could be huge online retailers, and then little stores that don't, just don't have an online presence and need to get rid of last year's stuff, or returns. People get returns and, they don't want to get rid of it. They want to make money on it. So we're getting those returns. So it's grown to so many different facets, which is amazing. But eBay has been an incredible partner. For me, I hitched my wagon to them early on. And now in September of 23, eBay partnered with us and has said to the world, consign your luxury handbags with Linda stuff.
Huh.
Wow.
I mean,
That's
pinch
great.
Pinch me.
Yeah.
And it's a pinch me moment. Like I never stop. And I'm guessing you probably feel the same way listening to the way you speak. I never stop and think of myself as successful, which is unfortunate in a way as a woman that I'm not, that's a whole nother conversation. I think as women, we don't take the time to say, wow, look what you've, like, Kim, look what you've done.
You know what? You don't. I don't. In some ways, I it's like, well, this is my job. Well, yeah, it's my job, but I started from nothing and had so many people tell me that it was never going to work. I picked the two hardest industries, tech, okay, being a woman, and broadcasting, being a woman. Okay. I mean, that's why I admire the hell out of you, because I see what you have done, but I think you're right. I mean, and sometimes I think it's just because I'm so busy, I keep going, and every day there's like another thing that I want to do. And I imagine that you're probably similar in that. And it's nice that eBay has acknowledged, has endorsed, has appreciated you, because a lot of companies, tech companies, they don't have that attitude, quite frankly.
No, I have to say eBay's been, well, number one, I admire you, and what you have built is really incredible. So I say congrats. And I think as women, I wish that we all could step back and whatever it is that you're doing, bringing up children, building a business, stop and say like, wow, you work hard. That's just my TED talk. That's it. I'm done.
I like that too.
But eBay has been an incredible partner. And when they partnered with us in September for this luxury handbag, they knew that we as a company and eBay as a company, we know how to authenticate handbags. We know how to list them and photograph them. Key things to creating a successful sale. Then eBay has created this authenticity guarantee program, which handbags go. So buyers have such trust in eBay, and sellers get that satisfaction because eBay's bringing those buyers. So eBay came to us and said, partner with us on handbag consignment. And now in March, just last month, a month and a half ago, we partnered with them for the consignment of luxury apparel as well.
Oh, that's fabulous. So Linda, so if somebody wants to buy a Hermes bag,
Mm-hmm.
how do you authenticate that? How do you make sure that that $15,000 handbag is truly a $15,000 handbag and not a crazy knockoff?
Or more, right?
Right.
Or more.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, in this world, there are super fakes. I think at Linda Stuff, we do an incredible job. So first, we get the bag in. And if I tell you one little trick of the trade, smell the bag. Take a whiff. If it smells like heavy leather smell, like, oh, it's fake.
Oh.
I do that smell. I pick it up. It's just a little sniff test. Nothing. And if it has that, oh my God, you just smell that leather, it's fake. So we get in the handbag, we look at brand identifiers, we look at stitching, we look at the way, we look for serial numbers, we look for all these different things. We photograph it. Now we do an internal test here, but we also work with I would say probably 12 professional authenticators all over the country. And we send them pictures, and we do not list an item until it gets that second stamp of approval. So we do it in-house, and then we send those pictures out, and everything is authenticated. But then, even then, it goes, you buy that Hermes handbag, it goes from Linda's Stuff right to the authenticity guarantee program at eBay. They turn it around within 24 hours. And once it's stamped as, yes, this is authentic, then it gets shipped to Kim Commando.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
It's great. It really builds buyer trust.
Yeah.
And
Because you got to be careful. There's so many rackets online.
Oh, yeah.
And it seems like every time you turn around, there's another scammer that's trying to pull one over. For the folks that are listening and watching right now, Linda, if they have stuff that they want you to sell, how does that work?
So, I just want to say one thing. When I named the company Linda Stuff, it was my stuff, right? I would never in a million years have named this company Linda Stuff had I thought that it would become. It just shows you that I never thought, I guess, like Angie's List, Linda Stuff. I don't know. I would never have named it this had I thought that it would become what it has become.
Hey, you know what? But it works.
I think it's great.
Yeah, I think, because you could throw anything under stuff, right? It doesn't matter what it is.
Totally.
It's the stuff.
We all have it. Yeah. Actually, you talked about this. ABC came to us and said to me in 2016, hey, we want to do a show called I Can Find $3,000 in Your Home. With inflation, I have to believe it's more than that now. But we went around to different people's homes and we identified things. Could be from like a fancy remote control to, Baccarat figurine you got as a wedding gift that you're never going to use. Anything. The sky was the limit. And we identified things that we could sell in people's homes that would get them $3,000 if we sold them. And the show was a success, but then ABC ditched their digital market, which I wish they didn't, because it was really one of the best experiences of my life. And that was it. So,
well, then how do we find our treasures?
I know. I think eBay should do the show. I think eBay should do a show with you and, about Linda's stuff, and then put it on Netflix or Max or anywhere else. And you know what? Come over to my house. I guarantee you'll find at least, because I had to move from
that would be fun. That would be fun.
I think you should. I think you should come over to my house.
I smell a collaboration.
And then listing it on eBay, promoting it like,
yes,
let's shop in Commando's closet.
I think you should. You've seen my closet.
It's big. You can find good stuff, Linda. You should do
believe
this.
That.
I think we should do this.
Great style.
I think we should do this.
This is a good idea. All right, Linda, you're going to have to come see us.
Yeah.
Now, the story of Linda Lightman and Kim Commando, part 2.
But before you leave, I want just so everybody. Okay, so I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying. This is where it is. This is because we're gonna put this on the show too. This is for the podcast, but we're gonna play this interview on the show too. And I want to get in on the show that how anybody who's listening, how does it work if they want for you to sell their stuff?
So they can go to shoplindasstuff.com. Make sure they put the 2 S's in the middle, Linda's Stuff, shoplindasstuff.com, and sign up to be a consignor. We pay for your stuff to come to us. We send you a UPS label for free, or we send UPS to pick up your stuff once you box it up. And then we get it, and within 2 to 3 business days, it will be up on our site. We will authenticate any designer item. We authenticate, we photograph, we list, we answer questions from potential buyers. And that's another key component. You know, if you see something on eBay that you like and you want to ask a seller a question, you want them to answer that question. And that's what we do. To me, customer service is the key component to success. And so we answer questions and then we ship out the item once it sells. It's a lot.
I think we should do the show.
I think we should too.
Linda, I really do. I think we ought to do this show because here's my problem. I've been basically a size 4 my whole life.
Here's her problem.
That's a problem.
Well, but the problem is that when you look in the closet, I've got a lot of clothes because it's like, oh, I might wear that again. And then I have a friend of mine, Nicole, she comes over and she's like, this is disgusting. This needs to go. Okay. This needs to go. And I'm like, no. And then she puts them on a pile. And then after she leaves, I hang them all back up and I throw them in.
Oh, Kim.
Yes. So I think we ought to do the show.
Well, it sounds like there's a lot to sell.
There's a lot to sell. And you know what? And then here's the deal, Linda. Any money we make, we'll figure out a nice charity.
I love that.
So,
and it's not just clothing, shoes, and accessories. It's jewelry. It's a gift that somebody gave you.
I got that.
It could be like send us J. Strongwater picture frames.
I got that too.
Like a designer towel. It could be anything.
I have those. I do.
You name it, she's got it.
Okay, because here.
I believe it.
Because here's what happened. Okay, we lived in the same house for 17 years. Okay, you know what that's like. Yeah, you have junk everywhere, every nook and cranny. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and that house was, we'll say, how would you describe that house? It was a Mediterranean type looking house.
Yeah,
okay.
That's a good word for
it.
it.
All right. Okay, so then I'm like, tired of the Mediterranean. So we're going to go modern. We're going contemporary. Okay. So now I've got this contemporary house on the hill. All
Minimal,
glass.
sleek, glass.
Yes, sleek, glass. I mean, view, 270-degree view of the city. It's gorgeous. All this other stuff. But because it's all modern and glass, guess what you don't have? Wall space. Okay.
So you got to get rid of all your junk.
And you can't have junk out. You can't have junk out in a modern house. No. And so on my list today is to look at my Yadros. You can't have Yadros out in a modern house.
Yeah.
I mean, so anyway, we've got we'd have a lot to do.
Sounds like a whole season of television.
13. And then you got my whole husband. Okay, who's a hoarder.
Big stuff guy.
A lot of stuff. Yes.
It's so true. I remember back in the day, I was very Ralph Lauren, and country was my look. And then we too moved to a very modern, like you want to model it after a hotel room. You don't want stuff out.
Exactly.
It's supposed to be very clean and neat. So all the Ralph Lauren country stuff and that look, bye-bye.
Yeah, that's kind of where it's at. It is. Well, Linda, you're lovely. Thank you.
This was also, I have more to say if that's okay. We do these eBay live sales. We go live and we have a huge audience. And I was sharing with them that I was going to be on your show. Well, the people on the live, the love that you were getting, Kim. Oh my goodness. people were like, I love Kim Commando. Tell us when it's on. We love her. It was the outpouring was really incredible.
Oh,
So
that's great.
on eBay, they do these sales and we're just really selling stuff. So you could tune in, go to ebay.com, go to the lives and look at those live selling events. They're really fun.
Well,
Maybe we could do that with your closet.
we could do that. I'm telling you, there's something here, Linda. I'm not sure what it is, but there's something here.
Yeah.
There's, you know
this
what?
is just the beginning for us.
Because the other thing too is, see, I'm from New Jersey, so we kind of have this same East Coast thing going on there. You know, even though people in New York are like, "Oh, you're from Jersey. Yeah, you're from Jersey."
No. Yeah.
It's like, I'm sorry. You know. Well, Linda, thanks for being here. I'm sure we'll be in touch.
Kim, loved it, and I would love to be in touch.
Thank you.
Allie, love talking to you too.
You too.
Thanks, guys.
Isn't she just nice?
I love Linda.
I do. I love Linda too.
Yeah.
All right.
That was great.
Hey guys, LeVar Arrington here to tell you the national sales event is on at your Toyota dealer, making now the perfect time to get a great deal on a dependable new truck like a rugged half-ton Tundra, combining raw capability with premium comfort and advanced tech to fuel your wildest adventures. Or check out the fully redesigned Tacoma, delivering trail-dominating power and captivating style. The new Tacoma was born to make your off-roading dreams come true. Check out more national sales events deals when you visit buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Hey, it's Kim Commando today. If you are listening to the audio version of the podcast, just a reminder is that you can always get the video version at youtube.com/Kim Commando. Once again, that's youtube.com/Kim Commando. And anywhere you are, whether you're listening or you're watching, make sure that you hit that big old like button and you share us out. Just one person. That's all. Just one person. That's all we're asking. Just share with one person. All right. So, Allie, you are our amazing content queen, knower of all things.
Thank you, Kim. Thing on YouTube. So we don't do it because we're above this, but YouTube is like the land of clickbait titles, right?
Yes.
Like the one thing about digital marketing you need to know.
Maybe we should try that.
I mean, fine. But so these videos, you click it, you get in there, you're 10 minutes in and you're like, what's the one thing I need to know? I still don't know. I don't have time for this crap, right? But the headlines or the names, they're so good. I have a little trick for you. You can use AI for this.
No.
So you don't have to watch the video. You can just skim and see what the heck it's about and what the tip actually is. I'm going to tell you right now that I guess I'll say 50% of the time they don't pan out and it's like, this is total crap. And you just saved 10 minutes. Because you didn't have to watch it.
Yeah, you know what? I hate that.
I hate that too. When you don't get the payoff.
Right.
If we do the clickbait titles, we have to pay off. Okay?
Of course.
Deal? Okay. You can do this in a few ways. If you do it in Gemini, so they're talking about how like, oh, we're so good at doing this with YouTube videos. You have to go in and change a setting for it to happen. Because if you don't, what happened to me happens. You put in a video. I put in some marketing video and it said, this appears to be never going to give you up. It rickrolled me.
Oh, no.
Another URL I put in, it said, this appears to be Baby Shark. No, it wasn't. But you have to enable something. That's a pain. I think you should go to perplexity.ai because it works really well for this. And you don't have to change anything. I do too.
Yeah.
So you go to Perplexity. You don't even have to type anything in. You just take the URL of the video, copy it in, hit enter, and it gives you a whole write-up. Here's what this video is about.
Nice.
I just saved everyone 15 minutes.
Have you tried Poe?
I haven't. Should I put it on my list?
I don't know. I was reading about it because somebody was like hyping it up online,
Yeah.
and I tried it, and I was like, after a while, it's like looking at all different dictionaries. It's like
It's all the same.
It is. It's like all the same.
Yeah.
It is. It's just, so
Variations.
Perplexity. Yeah, perplexity.ai.
It's free. You don't have to make an account. You just put in that video URL, hit enter, and it'll tell you what the video is
Yeah,
about.
and don't be paying $20 for every single AI out there.
No.
You don't need to do that. I mean, we have to pay because we have like a enterprise license.
Well, it's just like everything, right? You don't need multiple of the same service if you're not getting something different from it. So yeah, maybe you pay for one because you love it. Don't pay for the others.
Okay, so stacking emojis is a thing.
What now?
Stacking emojis.
No, I heard the words. What does that mean?
You just have to hang on.
Hey guys, LeVar Arrington here to tell you the national sales event is on at your Toyota dealer, making now the perfect time to get a great deal on a dependable new truck like a rugged half-ton Tundra, combining raw capability with premium comfort and advanced tech to fuel your wildest adventures. Or check out the fully redesigned Tacoma, delivering trail-dominating power and captivating style. The new Tacoma was born to make your off-roading dreams come true. Check out more national sales events deals when you visit buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Hey, it's Kim Commando today. It's your fun podcast about all things digital. Just a reminder, it's not the show, because we have people in the comments saying, where's the show? Okay, the show is on over 425 stations. But we are, of course, always expanding, because if you don't innovate, you evaporate. Okay, so that's why we have Kim Commando today as a podcast, and the Kim Commando show is a 3-hour show. It's, you're going to love it all. Love it all. All right, so the top 10 most used emojis right now. Number 10 is the smiley face with hearts.
Love that one.
Smiley face with smiling eyes, 9. Number 8, this surprised me, fire.
I thought that was passé at this point.
It's what I thought too.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the thumbs up.
Old.
Yes, AOL. Speaking of AOL and Yahoo, I don't know if I've told you, I don't know if you heard, but they are a bunch of jerk faces. And they are blocking about 125,000 of my emails going out to you people, 125,000 people on Yahoo and AOL, because they say that I'm a spammer. Me, Kim Commando.
We're not spamming.
Not spamming.
Madness.
So if you have an AOL address and a Yahoo address, I just want you to get rid of it and get a Gmail address. Okay, just do it. Because again, everybody thinks you're like an old fart. Okay? So get rid of the Yahoo address. Get rid of the AOL address. I digress. Number 7, sparkles.
Oh, I love sparkles.
I do. I love sparkles. We should use that more often.
Okay.
Smiling face with heart eyes. Crying face, folded hands, red heart. Number 2 is the rolling on the floor laughing. And number 1 is the face with tears of joy.
Okay. I think that one's getting to be passé now too. I think the youngins think that that's an old people emoji.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
The youngins.
Well, so how do we stack?
I'm not sure, but here we go. Let's watch. You could just I didn't know that you could do this. You just take one emoji and then put it on top of another emoji to put on top of another emoji. I know, mind blown.
So you hold down with your finger and
then
you
drag.
pull it. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Well, and this is better than just reacting to something with an emoji because you can put them anywhere. And you can make a little surfer dude.
Okay. Think about the people in your life. If you sent that to, they'd be like, what do you mean? What is that?
You should start communicating to Barry only in emoji stacks and see what happens.
Okay. But you know what? But this is the man at Christmas time that was sending out Christmas trees and bells and salads.
Sure. It's a wreath, Kim.
I was like, what are you sending out a salad for? Because, I'm so diplomatic.
Do you think you could convince him that the eggplant emoji is something else and get him to start using it? I'm just saying. Good long-term prank.
I could tell him, oh, that's a good one. I'll have to tell him, like that means something like car-related.
Oh, yeah.
And so he could send it to
a really powerful car.
Yes.
Amazing.
I'll have Ian do it too. I'll have Ian send him the eggplant.
Sorry, Barry.
And then Barry's going to start sending out the eggplant to everybody. Oh, this is
I can't wait for this.
Good one.
Yeah.
This is going to be a great one.
This program is a copyrighted production of Westar Multimedia Entertainment and protected by the copyright laws. Any rebroadcast or use of this program for commercial, business, economic, or financial purposes without the written permission of Westar Multimedia Entertainment is strictly prohibited.